Ladies, gentlemen, let the show begin. Alright, do you like video games? And I know you do. What about entertainment? We got that to video game. I'm not a video game. Video game. Oh no, what's the name? Video Game Armada. Time for another edition of Games of Gear E3 edition, and of course it's the one Johnny Gamer Boss Bronze. You know, like I said last week, or was it a week before, when E3 was still going on and popping like 1999, I said that the Sony press conference was a little samey. That's why I couldn't give it my number one pick of the show. And, you know, I was right. You may disagree with me, but you know I'm right. I'm always right. I'm the Omni Gamer, for goodness sake. Samey, bland, gray, zombie killer, or robot dinosaur killer, or running around Tomb Raiding cross with Indiana Jones, Shadow of Colossus. I know there's a lot of you out there who love Shadow of Colossus, and that's fine, but you already played it, so nothing new there. Call of Duty, samey, World War II, although I will admit I will play that game because hopefully, cross my fingers, it will bring the Call of Duty brand back from the obscurity of bladness, and so far and so forth, or whatever. But the one game that I cannot deny, never deny, that even gets me excited to this very day is God of War. Yes, Kratos returns from obscurity, or from the dead actually, technically, after destroying all of Greece in a fuel of bloody rampaging rage, where he killed Zeus and left everything a shattered wasteland. Where to go from there? Well, retirement, apparently, if you're Kratos. Yep, in this new God of War game called God of War, he actually ends up into the North, or the Norse mythologies, where he has a new son by some unknown and unexplained means as of yet, who he's taking care of, training him to be the next Kratos. Well, training him to be at least Kratos light, not quite as bloodthirsty, not quite making the same mistakes as Kratos Senior, but all the same, you know he cares. Doing his old man Logan routine as he slaughters a bunch of weirdo Norse type monsters. I can't really identify these things, but they have a problem with Kratos, so that means they have a problem with life. Kratos missing his Blade of Athena's or Blade of Wars or whatever, those two-handed swords he always seems to wield. Now he has a cool axe that he can control with his mind. Forged from, North runes or something like. It's an enchanted axe that he could throw and it comes back to his hand. And, for a guy who's been mostly dual wielding as far as we've ever known him, he uses that weapon like a boss as he goes throughout the countryside of Valhalla, possibly, with his son in tow for, again, unknown reasons, where it all ends up where he meets the World Serpent. Why is it called the World Serpent? Because he's a freaking huge snake monster who will possibly eat the world. I don't know. All I know is that with Kratos' amount of luck with his allies, he's either going to help it or kill it, and or most likely both, because that's with Kratos, and that's what he does. Kratos is the ultimate action hero. He's a little damaged, granted, he's done some things, but he never says die. Even if he wants to die, he never does. And anything that gets in his way will be either dying or dead, and it's just a whole lot of fun. Bloody, but fun. And after God of War 3, I thought his time was done. But there's something in my mind, even after all those years, even after, and no joke here, I literally pressed, what was it? Triangle or X? Square maybe? Like over 100 times to really give Zeus the old one who he deserved, just constantly punching him in the face until my thumb could not take it no more. And then that grim roll credits. I said, you know what? Kratos needs to go to the North Pantheon, or gets up in there and he gets into wild and crazy adventures and, you know, do all that stuff. No lie, people, no lie. I said that in my head. But, you know, as the years went on and consoles went on, I said, well, they're probably not going to do that. God of War had a good run and, well, time to move on. Guess what happened? They're here. Well, I'm not there, but he is, and he is continuing the adventure, and I am super glad for that, because he's an icon. You say what you will about Kratos, he's an icon that launched 1,000 PlayStations, and if I could, I'd be playing his game right now. Fun to a fault, difficult to a hindrance, at least a hindrance for me, but still, I never turn him down, and this latest adventure is going to be everything plus more, because guess what? From what these trailers have shown me, is a story where you get to learn more about the inner pathos of Kratos and son. And again, I could be getting this wrong here, so forgive me. Arturus? I'm gonna call him Artie now. So Kratos and Artie, and they're gonna be father and son in it all over the place, where there's another mysterious lady. I bet you she's a Norse god of some sort. I don't know. Probably not Thor or Thordis if you watch, or rather read, Marvel comics these days. But you know the story is going to end up with an unexpected twist. Maybe Artie is going to become the new god of war for the North Pantheon. Maybe kill his father. Maybe he wants to die. I don't know. Kratos does have that bent for suicide after all his killing is done. So we'll see what happens. Well, actually, you guys will see. Unfortunately, I made my choice long ago to retire my PlayStation playing ways and focus exclusively to Xbox and Nintendo consoles, whatever they may be, and PC as necessary. I just don't have it in the funds to get another PlayStation console anymore. And of course, other than certain games like, say, God of War, most games that end up on the PlayStation console will most certainly end up on Xbox. But I didn't have any regrets till now, sadly. You guys do me a favor, when this game comes out next year, hopefully, the industry is known for two things: video games and delay of release dates. So hopefully when you guys play this game next year, with before the next E3, possibly after the next E3, you play double hard for me, because I can't play it and I can't afford another console right now. Plus, I'm pretty satisfied with the consoles I have. God of War, though, if it was any other game, I just say you guys have fun without regret. This one, I'm saying you guys have double the fun with slight regret for me. And who am I? It's the one Drama Gamer Boss Braun, telling you to stay tuned for the next gaming gear list item of E3 2017. Till next time, take care.